this amazing, this wonderful occasion by acknowledging these couples who have shown us what true excellence look like through their lifestyle video. Please enjoy.
Before you start doing something, you must have a good reason. The same thing with the MBA business. If you want to get into the MBA business, you must have a very good reason for getting into the business. In fact, the better the reason is, the faster you will grow in this business, and the higher the level of achievement that you'll be able to achieve. So that kind of thing make us think. When we go at night, Saleha and I used to sit down and say, so is this all we can get, out of life? So isn't there anything else that we can do to get something better in life?
That's right. What a wonderful and remarkable journey of our founder, Executive Diamond, Abdul Aziz and Saleha. And also would like to invite Mike up on stage to present his recognitions to our founder, Executive Diamond. Congratulations to Abdul Aziz and Saleha.
I don't believe you're not the truth.
And of course, their stories remind us that greatness is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth, learning, and determination. It's all about pushing boundaries, embracing challenges, and never settling for less. Congratulations once again to our founders, Executive Diamond, Abdul Aziz and Saleha.
As can be, are you lonely and just
All
like
right, let's
me?
have a photo session together with our presenter. Perfect. Wonderful.
Pretty woman,
Congratulations.
talk a while. Pretty woman, talk a while.
All right.
Pretty woman,
All right, let's have the individual photos of our founders, Executive Diamond.
pretty woman, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. And moving on up next to the next segment here, ladies and gentlemen. Behold the faces of triumph and dedications. And this portrait holds a story of perseverance and achievements. Are you ready for that? Let's do this together. Everybody, let's count as loud as possible. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Come by, pretty woman.
Congratulations once again to our founder, Executive Diamond.
Don't walk
A big smile to the camera.
away.
A big $1 million smile to the camera. Wonderful. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much.
If that's the way it must be, okay.
Thank you very much.
I guess I'll go
Saleha would like to remain to you on stage so that you can have a photo with your portrait.
All
right.
But wait.
You love the portrait? All right, let's do a pose. And we're going to capture this moment on this grand stage of Amway Malaysia. Perfect. Thank you so much. And now, may we also invite the family members and also the team to come on stage to have these celebrations together with our founders, Executive Diamond. There you go. The happy family of Abdul Aziz and Saleha, our founders, Executive Diamond. Would like to present you a bouquet of these beautiful flowers as well to celebrate your achievements today with Amway Malaysia. All right, come on, team, family, let's look at the camera and present your beautiful smile to the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time to this happy, this successful family.
And you look lovely as can be. Are you lonely?
Peace.
Just like me.
Yes, lovely. All right. Thank you very much. Terima kasih atas keluarga founder Executive Diamond kita, Abdul Aziz dan Saleha. Thank you very much. Yeah, big high five to celebrate that. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the love. And what about you guys? Show your love. Yeah, to our founder Executive Diamond. Saleha, are you ready to present your speech? All right, everybody back to your seat. Everybody back to your seat. Can I have your 100% attention on the grand stage here? And there you go. Over to you, our founder, Executive Diamond, Saleha.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, everybody, for still being here. I know you've been here for more than 5 hours and you're still waiting to hear my story. Thank you so much. Right. Well, I think I'm one of the oldest Amway distributor in this crowd, right? We signed up in 1974. Yes, 1979. And we started in what year? 1976, right? So we are just 3 years younger than Amway Malaysia. So it's been a long, long, long journey for us. But we persisted because we know this is something good for all of us. You should, those of you who brought prospect, please follow up and make sure that we really understand what Amway is all about. So what I'm going to do is very quickly go through my story of 44 years, which include a lot of exciting things, right? But this stage actually should be my husband's stage, right? Unfortunately, when we qualify, God took him away. So I have to represent him for a while, okay? So we started, like I said, in 1979. You know, but before I go, I would like to ask all of you to give 1 minute of silence for him. And our Muslim friend, please say Sedekah Al-Fatihah to him. Thank you everybody. Okay, and you have to excuse me, I need this forum because I don't think I can walk around with the mic, so I need something to support me, right? And also you will realize that the channel of presentation has changed, right? I think most of you know, when we signed up, you know, we couldn't sponsor many of our Malay friends because they don't believe in us, right? So most of you are so lucky that you have such a huge community of Malays and Chinese together. So, but in our time, it was so difficult for us to sponsor our fellow Malay friend. Right? So I think you would know. They give the same excuse, but we couldn't. Because my husband doesn't have that patience. Right? If you don't want, okay, I'll find another one. Right? So he's not patient enough to do follow-up. But nevertheless, we managed to build the business the way we are. To tell you the truth, Aziz and myself, we are opposite characters, right? It's like they said, you know, what do you call, different things attract together, right? He's highly positive and I'm on the other side. So we do have our clashes when we are doing the business. But he was a very, very determined man. When we saw the business that was in 1979, after we came back from England, I don't know whether we're going to show you any slide, but it's the same slide as it was shown just now. That's us in England, right? That was in 1974. Then, when we came back from England, we were quite poor in the sense because, you know, his dream was to become a neuroscientist. Where he worked last time, they couldn't give him a scholarship. So what he did was he applied for the Colombo plan, and he got it. So he went first while I was still in the university. I didn't realize while he was there, he was saving some money from the scholarship. It's not much, but 1 year later, when I graduated, he flew in, he got married, and he took me back with him to England, right? So that's where our life started in after he came back from England. So it was, but before I continue, I would like to say my great thanks to all of you, especially the leaders who are here, but more so I want to express my gratitude to our Amway founders. Without them, we won't be here, right? So thank you to the late Rich DeVos and Jay Veranda, who started this MBA Corporation, right? And then now we are benefiting from the opportunity they gave us. So MBA is such a great opportunity now. Everybody can do it. It's just a matter of how you talk to them about the business, right? And I think with our fantastic team, led by Mr. Mike Dong, and the fantastic support we get from our MBA staff, who is helping us in every way possible, we will not only stay at 1 billion, it's going to be 2 billion soon, with you growing at the rate that you are going. Okay? So let us work together and show the world that Amway Malaysia is also one of the best, if not the best. Can we do that? Yes? Okay. So, and then at the same time, I also would like to acknowledge the support from our own Amway leaders who are always here. I see so many who came from outstation, and they're still here. We've been here more than 5 hours. Do you realize that? Right? But you're still here, and they've come to support us. Thank you very much, especially for our high pin level, Mr. Lee Pangsay. We have all our founders, Double Diamond from Penang, Pak Lah and Kak Yam, and the children, right, from me and Maziato. Thank you so much for coming. And then, of course, all the other leaders here who are still here. I really appreciate that you have waited so long. So I should be giving you some good story, okay? So anyway, and also I would like to thank those people who supported and helped me after Aziz passed away. So this is something I really love and thank. And you know who, okay? I won't mention name, you know who you are. Thank you so much for being with me all this while, okay? So what I'm going to do is that, okay, this is the same slide we showed. This is us in 1974 when we were in England. So because he wanted so much to be a neuroscientist, he applied to enter the University of London, but he couldn't get it. But fortunately, with the Colombo plan, he managed to get it, and we were here, and he was doing his research in a place called Wye, a small town near Canterbury. And in this place, there are a lot of animal farm and plantation. So it's just nice, and then we had enough money to stay in a small apartment, and there we did survive on the scholarship in the first place. So I find that life there was wonderful, even though we, because of our character, we always have some argument, but we patch up because I know he loved me very much. That's why he took all the trouble to bring me there with him. Okay? So what we did now that is that he has many interests, which I will tell you, but my passion is travel. So I was thinking, how can we go around UK, go to Ireland, Scotland, and cross over to the continent without money, right? Even though I was offered to do masters in chemistry, but I rejected it because I wanted to have a part-time job and have extra income to fulfill my passion, right? Because without a car, we cannot go anywhere. We can, we can take the train and all that, but it's a bit troublesome. So with the little money that we saved, together with the scholarship and my part-time job, we managed to get a car, a used car, and we did go all over UK. And when I find that he get good result from his research, I reward him for a trip across the continent. But actually, it's for my own sake, right? He has no choice. So we went and visit places like Holland, Belgium, and Germany. So it was a good time we had there, right? But this was in the old days of the 20th century. It's different now, okay? So after 2 years and 8 months, he managed to finish his PhD, which was quite a good one. Then we came back, and when we came back, his tiny soul came to see us. I'm afraid this is our sponsor, the late Mr. Eddie Chen, who just passed away, right? So when we came, we had not much money. We were staying in the university flat. Oh, by the way, when we came, Aziz was attached to University Malaysia, and I was lecturing in ITM. But at that time, salary was quite low. So we are always short of money, right? So when, I don't know how Eddie Chen knew that we were prospect for him, but he came to sell the Britannica Encyclopedia. It is something that Aziz would love to have, but we didn't have enough money because it will cost one month of my salary. So what we did is, he said, why, if you're interested to get more income, more money, why don't you go and listen to this business? So he invited us to the meeting, which fortunately was conducted by our great mentor, great achiever, Mr. Fu Hao Ken. Right? So we are really, really fortunate that he has become he is our up the line. So, but you know, Aziz went for the meeting because at that time we already had our first child, that is our girl Nazli. So I couldn't go. And then when he came back, he said, Mr. Fu showed the M-way. So I was thinking M-way because in England all the roads are M1, M2, M3. So it must be some, road business. Right? So I said, no, this business deal with product, but I don't think we can do. He said, So even though he saw the thing, he could see that there's some potential, but he didn't think he can sell soap, sell LOC, all these things is not for him. So we just leave it for a while, but luckily Eddie Chen was a good sponsor. He followed up. The next time he came, he brought the book, the Compassionate Capitalism. I hope all of you have read that book, right? So because this book made Aziz think twice about the business. So after he finished reading the book, he called Mr. Fu and wanted to know more about what he was talking about, the business of Amway. So definitely after what Mr. Fu did, Aziz changed his mind, so we signed up as a distributor. That was in 1979, right? Any of you joined the business in the 20th century? Right? Not many, isn't it? So if you imagine how we have to do the business in those times, there's no, TV, or TV is there, but no video and that kind of thing. It's all just taking photographs and talking to people. So, but Mr. Fu was very, very good. He came a few times. He conducted Mandarin meeting, so definitely we couldn't join the meeting. And then a few months after that, he went to Taiwan. So we were left on our own. But sometimes we asked his permission to invite his upline, which is Dr. Jerry De Silva. So Dr. Jerry did come and share the business with some of our prospects. Right? So we find that when I think back, that we are really very, very, very fortunate to be involved in this business with the right people who know how to follow up. Okay? So, and one thing that I would like to share with you is that, of course, we work hard, right? We need that income because Aziz has got expensive taste, right? If he buys something, there are two things that work the same, he would choose a more expensive one. I don't know why, even though we don't have enough money, right? So, and then, but he's also very wise. very smart. And so he has a downline in Singapore who is also working hard. When we became, in the next slide, please. When we had a little more money, when we qualify as direct distributor, that is our platinum now, all right? We had extra income. So now we could move to a bigger house, rent a house, right? It is in this house we qualify our platinum ship and our emerald ship also, right? So, and we did what we are supposed to do, invite people, or we are being invited by the downline to show the plan, and that's how we move up to emerald, in this particular house. Then we found that Aziz said, I think it's time for you to retire, right? Because now you have to look. We couldn't afford a maid, right? But he said, if you you retire, then you can look after your daughter full time. So I have no choice. I resigned and give 1 day notice, and I had to pay 1 month's salary for that. Those were the terms, of immediate resignation. So anyway, next. We moved to a bigger house, and then we start building the business. By then, 2 of them came into the family, and we said that for us to tell them about the business, we have to start teaching them early. So whenever we have product, they will sit down and help the mother to put out the products. And when we have our downline who came to buy product, they will pack in a bag and then pass to the downline. So Nasli especially is very helpful. That's why he's in the business now, right? So next, right. That's when we qualify diamond in 2 years later, I think we qualify as not diamond, and then that is the recognition at that time. Right? That was in 1984. Not bad, no? Sign up in 1979 and qualify in 1984. It's pretty quick, right? But of course now you can do it in 2 years and 1 year because it's easier now to do the business. Nevertheless, I think we did well, right? And then we continue to do the business, and we found that life is even better now as we continue to build the business. The first thing we did when we qualified diamond was to thank the person who created this opportunity, right? Even though we don't have enough money, but we got the money to go to Ada to visit the headquarters. And you look at the pictures there, Rich Divorce was really, really a very fantastic man. He welcomed us with open arms. He got somebody to look after us. And I thanked him. I said, Rich, thank you so much for offering us this business. I pointed to him. And what did he do? He hugged me. He said, you can do better than this. So we were quite motivated when the owner of the company say that you can do the business. Okay? So you see the cars there? That small car was the car that we always borrowed for a friend, and that's me who has to go and buy product, order the product, wait for the product, carry the product into the car and deliver to the customer. That is my job, right? So that's why we say we are 2 different persons. He does the talking, I do all the errand, right? Buy product, send product. And those times, we have to pay the bonuses ourselves, right? So I also took charge of the paperwork, right? Write down who order what, who pays, who hasn't paid, and follow up with all this. That is my job. So every time we have a meeting, I will be in the room trying to work out and pay the bonuses to the downline. Aziz will be talking to the prospect. And indeed, we find that it worked that way. So it is in this way, I was telling you that Aziz has a lot of interest. One of his interests is to change cars. Even though we don't have money, you can look at the number of cars he's changed, and it's all second-hand car, right? Used car, but he still wants to change cars. So I let him do it because that is what he likes to do, okay? And you find that he has many other interests which require money, right? So this is one of them, right? Would you imagine a neuroscientist, a lecturer, who wants to learn how to shoot, right? So we took up shooting, right? And with the money, but as an emerald at that time, there was quite sufficient money for him to buy guns and rifle. So we did that. And then he decided that he wants to do archery. So there goes the money again. If you bought a few sets of archery set, right? So, of course, when he passed away, we had to surrender the gun to the police, right? We cannot keep the gun. And then we gave away a lot of archery sets to other people. But that is your Aziz. If those of you who know him, you realize that he is a very, very determined man, right? He's willing to work hard, and that's why we can grow in the business, right? He's very determined. Then one of the other things that he liked to do was to go to the office and disturb the staff, especially the ladies, right? He would go and joke with them, tell them all the funny thing and all that. But one day, thanks to Saras, she told him, Dr. Aziz, why don't you work harder, become a founder's diamond, then you'll be invited for the 50th, Amway 50th anniversary. Then I was excited, I said, wait, we can go to Las Vegas, we're going to attend that meeting. So he said, okay. He decided to take it up. At that time, he decided to take Amway seriously. So we worked hard, and then in 2019, we qualified as Founders Diamond, right? You can see the picture. And what is good about that period of time, we managed to help 2 of our children to qualify. Johan qualified as Founders Platinum, and Nazri and Shukran moved up to Emeraldship, right? That was really great, right? And then, of course, when we went, then we started going to LAH together with the family. This is our trip to Japan, a few places in Japan. So you can see all the action by the potential Japanese sword men, right? Right. So this is some of the reward all of you are going to get when you qualify as diamond, right? Even as platinum, you can get free trips. I really love that part of the business. We have the 4 fundamentals of the business, right? Azli wanted time and money freedom. We achieved that. And then we have the family, we work for the family, and then for the reward. So if Amway is going to give you free trip, why don't you work at it? You not only get free trip, you're going to get more money. Okay, so that's how we manage our business after that. And then this is the next. After that, unfortunately, in 2018, Aziz passed away, and the next year, we were told that we qualify EDC, right? EDC, and then from the business that we built, we also managed to become FEDC. So this is us. This is the recognition for EDC, which was done overseas on one of our trips. Can you recognize I don't think you can recognize the building. It is at Dubai, and this is in front of the Burj Khalifa. Imagine being recognized overseas, right? So, there you see. Then, like what Amway Malaysia allow, we can take our second generation for the ALS, right? So we managed, one time we took, the second picture is our son Azlan. which was in Hokkaido. And then the other one was Johan. Before he became a platinum, we went to Dubai. And then, of course, the latest trip is to the Alaskan cruise. You all recognize this building? Yeah, you got to go up the lift, and then at the end there's a glass circular thing. Now, I have always been a very, active person. I like the outside thing. I like sports, I like, games and all that. But this thing is very high. When we went there, no woman dared to climb up there. So I would say I was the first one to climb up there, right? And then the rest following. And then Nazli, I got to help her out. And then you say he was scared. He has to hold tight to me in case he managed. But it was a very, very, exhilarating experience to go up there, and then that is, that it will go round. Then, you see, in this business, we talk about second generation, that we will pass the business to our next generation. This is when Doc Divorce came, and he brought his, rich divorce, third generation, that is his son, Delton. All right? So we were taking photographs with them, and then after that, when we became FEDC, we had a dinner, right? Which you can see that now we have the whole family member in that photograph. So I find that Amway is something that is worthwhile giving your time to it. It doesn't matter if you're working, because when Aziz was working and we were working, we know that there's potential in this business. If you work hard enough, then sooner or later you'll be able to earn more money than when you're working. So that's why we work very hard. So now, all of them are in the business, and then I hope my third generation will follow suit. Right? We have Abel and Aaron there, and we are trying to make sure that they know what we are doing at this moment. Okay? So those of you who have young children, do show them about or talk to them about the Amway business so that they're prepared. When you leave the legacy to them, which is something that you cannot get anywhere else, only Amway will give you the legacy and the inheritance. So I think for this time, because I don't want to talk too long, you've stayed for 5 hours, I would like to invite my inheritor of Dr. Aziz's business. That is our daughter, Nazli, to say a few words. Nazli, Abdul Aziz.
Saya ingin berterima kasih kepada ibu saya dan juga kepada Amway kerana membolehkan saya berkongsi pentas ini pada hari ini. Dan saya rasa kehidupan saya mungkin macam anak FEDC Kak Yah. Kami ada kehidupan yang sangat hebat disebabkan oleh pengorbanan ayah dan ibu kami. Okay, so izinkan saya tukar channel kepada bahasa Inggeris. We are very proud of my parents, and we are very blessed by their success. I've had the privilege of being a second generation successor to the business, and I've been asked to share what that's like. So as a Founders Executive Diamond, you get the first class flights to the first class holidays. And you get the diamond treatment from all the staff in Amway, from the cashiers at the shop to the dedicated Amway management team, to all the way to the amazing CEO, Mike himself. I get all of that. I even get the little VIP parking sticker for my car. Thank you to FEDC Nazmi for pointing out that that is one of the perks of becoming diamond. So, of course, my parents didn't do the Amway business because of all of that. They did it for the legacy income. And sure enough, when my father passed away, the income was passed on to my mother and us kids. And the process was made very simple. Amway followed exactly what my father wished. And then I inherited the title, also according to his wishes. So when my second son, Aaron, was born, we discovered that he is Down syndrome, a special child. At that point, I was very depressed. I think similar to Cikgu Ayu tadi, because I was concerned about his future. My father sat me down and promised me that the Amway business would take care of him. And my father kept that promise. But you know, the same year that Aaron was born, I promised Abel, my eldest son, that I would take him to the Hokkaido Amway Leadership Seminar. I promised him a skiing holiday. So even though I was depressed, maybe a little bit mentally unstable, I rallied and I did qualify to take him to Hokkaido. So when we finally traveled, it was just about a month after my father left us. And honestly, I was in shock. We were in shock. But Amway treated us like family. Abel and I were upgraded to business class, and Amway gave us a truly diamond holiday in Hokkaido. I feel very, very grateful. But I know a lot of us may be facing very serious issues at home. You may have a sick spouse, you may have a sick parent, you may have a sick child. Maybe yourself, you are sick, either emotionally or physically. But if you keep on doing the Amway business, grow it from strength to strength, and really, really, really do your best, somehow God will reward you through the Amway business. So, yes, thank you. So I think this is what Amway means to me. It means that you are able to keep your promises to your family. And my husband always jokes now that whenever I'm stressed or I'm worried, that I only worry about first world problems. And actually, he's right. With the Amway life and the Amway money, you only do worry about first world problems. Is that great? Yes. Okay, so with what I've shared, I'm sure that this is the life that you want for yourself. And this is the kind of life that you want for your children and your family. So that's why I'm sure that we will all work together to build this business to greater heights. And now I pass back to the star of the hour, my mother, FEDC Puan Saleha.
Thank you, Nazli. I'm glad you realize how much you are getting from the Amway business as legacy income, right? And all our other children will also deserve that from the hard work of their father, right? So, okay, before I end, I would like to share with you some of the values and philosophy of my late husband, all right? This is a note that I found written in the year 1981. Even then, you know, he already knew what it takes to be a leader. Because while building our diamondship, while building the business, from beginning, you come across all kinds of people, all types of people, isn't it? but he value, I value the philosophy and the things that Amway teach us if you really do the business well. So I would like to share what he wrote. I don't know whether you can read there, but I have rewrite the thing so that I can read to you. He talks about, leadership in Amway. This probably is after you become a platinum. He found that sometimes when they become platinum, then they sway to another way, right? So we have to bring them back with the right concept and values. So the first thing he wrote there, a sense of direction, right? You have heard all this from your past speakers. Our 4 fantastic speakers earlier on has shared a lot of things for you to do your business. There's no reason why all of you can become diamond or above. So, but this is just to share with you that even in the early days of the year, Aziz has thought about this, right? This is something that is also happening now. So this is just like a reminder for all of us. So he said, a leader must have a sense of direction where we want to lead our followers to. Where? To him is Amway all the way and all the time. So you have to put that in mind. When you talk to prospect or you talk to people, always bear in mind that there's Amway that you can share with them. Okay? So you don't talk too much and nothing else but Amway. And then they say, you this crazy Amway people. Don't worry, right? It's up to them. If they know, they really understand the business, then they will understand why we tell them nothing else but Amway. Okay? Then secondly, he said, self-discipline, so that others can depend on us and we can show others good examples, like being punctual, keeping up to your words. Very important, isn't it? Right? When you do a business, this is very good for you to keep your word, you keep your promises, you make sure you do it, whatever you talk. Right? And then the third thing he said was a sense of responsibility, not only to your downline and upline, but also to your family, because one of the fundamental of Amway is family. Right? You think about it. So he said, do to your dime, but also to your family. That means you have a sense of responsibility to your family. Right? No point chasing after success in Amway, but you lose your family. Right? Isn't it true? Those parents who have children, right? You can do your business, but don't forget your family. Yeah, you're doing for them, but make sure that you give your care. I just not to listen to many of our diamonds who spend a lot of time, sacrificing the time because they want to do something for their family. Okay? Then the fourth thing is that he said, ability to command respect and dignity, excited and organized. And he said that he put the word, or just childlike, because we have some funny people that join the business and joke around, and he always get angry. He will tell them off. He say, don't behave like this. It's only children behave like this, right? So don't be childlike, be serious. We want others to be proud and associate with us, right? That's what he wrote. And then fifth point was that you must be firm and pleasant, to uphold the code of ethics and rule of conduct of Amway, to do the Amway business properly without compromising its principle. True? Right? If you want your business to last and pass to your next generation, you make sure that you follow the code of ethics, right? No compromising. And finally, he said, be honest and sincere, and always truthful. Don't make up stories. This is what we experienced when we started the business. We have all kind of people that join the business, but they do funny things too. So he jotted this down, especially when we became Emerald, we had a few platinum. These are very good people, but they try to be funny at times. So he jot down so that he can talk to them. And this is part of leadership in Amway. Okay, do you agree with that? Right? Okay, so actually, I don't want to talk too much now because I know you're all excited. You want to go back and follow up with your prospect and your downline. And you all want to become diamond, don't you? Right? So look at our fantastic leaders in front here, you know. And then I want to thank again Amway Malaysia, Mike Dong and his staff for always being there supporting us. Right? We are really, very, very lucky. So we shall work together to increase the target. Right? We want to touch 2 billion, isn't it? So with this, I also want to thank again all of you who came from afar. And I'm thankful to my sister-in-law who came all the way from Penang with her children, because when we were poor and we don't have a maid and we have our daughter here, to go meeting was a problem. So we had to post her to my sister-in-law. And when we go on holidays, you know, we also send her to my sister-in-law. Thank you, Daya. Right? So with this, I think we are all ready to go ahead. Right? So how many of you want to become diamond? Yes, yes. All hands who are not diamond yet must be up. Right? I'm sure you know what life is like to be a diamond. So I wish you all the best. Let's continue working together and make it happen to touch the 2 billion target. Thank you all. Right?
Terima kasih. Thank you so much once again to our founders, Executive Diamond, Abdul, Aziz dan Saleha, for your